In the United States, are your services covered generally by medical insurance?
No. In fact, almost everyone I work with wants out of insurance or is already out of insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Because the truth, if we're being honest about this, do insurances pay for health care? Well, not in the United States, not in Australia. I don't believe in Great Britain, not all through, like nowhere do they pay for healthcare. They're not paying for your organic purified water, organic food, your gym. They're not paying for that. They will oftentimes pay to get you here out of pain, but that's such a short thing. We have people with like a 200 PVA. The average person sees them 200 times. Why? Because they keep getting better and better, and they don't want to go down. They don't want to get worse. They're happily paying for that. Well, around how many visits, Stephen, for you, to your average person feels somewhat better? Around how many visits?
3, 4.
Yeah, okay, 3, 4. That's about it. 3, 4 visits, they're starting to feel somewhat better. Well, that's about what insurance pays for. Well, when we had 197 visits, they're not going to pay for it. It's not worth it to mess around in that world. Just get people to understand
Now,
that what
I'm losing your audio periodically as well as your picture. I'm not quite sure why that's happening. But I got the gist of what that was there. Yeah, I got you back at the moment. Thanks. I asked the question because we have our beloved National Health Service with all its flaws in this country, but the average person expects to get his healthcare free of charge. And however good or bad it is, whether he's seeing an orthopedic consultant or a neurologist, and whether it takes 18 months to get that appointment, by and large, they're not paying anything at all for those appointments. So we have to convince them that there is a reason to come and pay us for our treatment when, I could go and get a hip replacement free of charge on the National Health Service, whereas we might argue, well, you might not need one if you get the treatment that you need and deserve.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. And what we have to do is help differentiate the difference between disease care and health care. What you're talking about, the insurance will pay for, is disease care, right? They wait until you have symptoms and then they try and get rid of the symptoms while you progressively worsen, right? You're going to progressively worsen. That isn't a question. If they get you feeling better, but the psoas is still weak and you're grinding instead of gliding, you will progressively worsen. It's just, this is how this works. So our job is to separate ourselves from the herd and help them understand we are not a disease care. We are a health care, and insurance doesn't pay for that.